What we do in Kusina, it's all about love. Our first ingredients are love. My mom. So she handed me all the recipe and she said, do something about this. And it's all handwritten and it says, oh boy. I told my husband, like, she's handing me all the recipe and we have to do something about it. I grew up in a very rural area, very poor materially, but actually I was so blessed to have this life when I was a kid in the Philippines. I grew up in the Philippines. I grew up with no electricity, none of these things that we have, and we have the backyard is full of vegetables, things that we have to cook and we have to plant and harvest it. And it was a beautiful thing I ever did to my life, I think. If I have to go back that way, I will be going back to that way definitely. So it's beautiful. When I was in the Philippines, I graduated in my hotel and restaurant management. And I worked at the 5-star restaurant. And then I learned international cooking. I think it was in our blood that we are a great chef because my mom and dad, it's in my hometown, they are the best great chef ever. This is probably what my passion, my gift actually. Every one of us has gift and I think I get gifted to be a chef. So we started a food truck and then we sold the food truck last year and then we have, can't keep up with the Kusina and the food truck. So we have to focus only on the Kusina. We thought that it's just a fun thing to do, like, you know what I mean, like a hobby. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, like, becomes a little bigger. It's like I told my mom, it's like, oh boy, Mom, they love your food. The food truck was just a hobby, and my husband, I have to make it sure that I won't say anything because every time I was like, I wish I have a food truck, and he built me one. He built a food truck and then, oh, maybe I have a deli. He have built me this and become a restaurant. And he said, I'm not gonna wish anymore.
Because he'll build it.
Yeah, and build it for me. I told my husband, we have to pick one only and we cannot have it all. So yes, we did this, Kusina. Where I focus in Kusina is in one region, it's in Cebu. So our food, where I came from, it's more in sweet and savory notes than the upper northern of the Philippines. They have more in the vinegar notes. Like my adobo, my chicken adobo. Chicken adobo for Manila people, like upper region of Luzon, are more in the vinegar. Where I came from, actually, we are in the sweet. So a lot of people loves my adobo, my chicken adobo. The humba, it's my mom's humba. It's the sauteed pork belly, and she always tell everyone, this recipe stays forever in the family, and that's the humba. And actually, there is a called mom and dad dish that I always put in the table. And dad, he went to heaven 12 years ago. Sorry, and I always have to put that dish in the table to remind me of my dad. And that's the dinuguan. It's the pork blood stew, actually. And a lot of people, for a pork blood stew, a lot of American people love it. And we have regulars to come here and says, hey, can I get dinuguan? It's like, oh boy, they love it. And they always says, I can't taste the iron to it. It's just beautiful. And I was telling because there's so much love to it. And, and that's what we got. Lots of love. Yes. I have to put my love to it, to put it together with my dad and my mom's love to it. And there is some stuff that comes from me, and I have to add it up. It becomes a family. So that's what we call it, family recipe. I love it that people comes, and it's not only Filipino who comes here. They're like Caucasian people, Spanish people, they loved it. And we have a lot among family comes every day just to have the lechon kawali, the double fried pork belly, and that's their favorite. We are so blessed, we are so proud of it, because people from far away, even people from Canada, drive sometimes every other weekend, every once a month, they come and to taste the food. And from Fargo, North and South Dakota, Rochester, Wisconsin, named it, everybody, Iowa. And it's, where are you from? And the weekend we have a lot of people comes from different places. It's like, we have to come and taste the food. It's a beautiful thing, and we are so blessed that we be able to share this to others, to people that, you know, our taste, our flavor. And actually, you know, there is also a couple nurses that they always come and back and forth to the Philippines. And they have to come to Kusina. And they told me, Chef, don't make your heart so big, because I will tell you something. It's like, what? It's like, your halo-halo is the best. Because we went to Corazon, we went to Chowking, we went to Cafe Laguna. They named all the restaurants that they've been. But anyway, nothing can beat your halo-halo. We sell some products from the Philippines, and actually most of the kids are making those like necklaces, the shells, bags like made of coconuts and stuff. So actually it's called a tumbler of hope. So we give every kid a tumbler, and they keep the tumbler for themselves to get the water, clean water for drinking. And it is very beautiful things to do. And we started that one back in 2018. My husband found this friend back home. He talked about, you know, all these plastics, whatever. We have plastics all over the oceans, and it is really, really sad that we have those things. And my husband started picking up plastics in the ocean, and he saw those. It's like, oh, look at this American guy got a big sack and putting all the plastics all over. And my daughter's doing it too. So they kind of like collaborate and talk about it. I told my husband, we can help, why not? And actually our tips goes over there, and some of our profits goes over there. And I just told myself, it's like, it's beautiful. It's like we can help others by doing this. One thing, we love to do it, and we're happy to do it, and it's just beautiful thing that we ever did to our life, yes. I always tell people that they love the food. The leftovers, they never put it, they always bring it with them. And they always say that we love to come here. We love the ambience, we love the love that you have. And I always tell people that when you come to Kusina, don't think about this is a restaurant. Think about this is a home, and we welcome you. We welcome you home. And that's what I want people to experience, because Filipino, we have a tradition that we embrace every people, everyone, and we give our love, and it's just beautiful things that we have in our hearts.